Conversations for Self. My name is Simona, and here I share my experience with my healing journey and becoming whole, healed, and learning to love myself totally and unconditionally. So, this is more or less a part two of the video previous to this, where I shared how our power is in our celibacy as women. I did share the fact that the gentleman that I was interacting with, I did have to block. Um, I believe I may have left the impression that I blocked him because he asked for a physical relationship. But the truth of the matter is that he was blocked because in the rejection, he attempted to belittle me and make me feel bad about rejecting his advances, and I'm not going to entertain that in any shape, form, or fashion. Because in my healing, I did have to come to the fact that there were some relationships that was in that were emotionally and mentally abusive. And I had allowed myself to be there because I had previously been in physically abusive relationships. And of course, I had experienced physical abuse early on in my life. So I stuck around with the thought that, oh, well, he's not putting his hands on me, so we're okay. Not realizing that the emotional and the physical, the emotional and the mental abuse were leaving deeper scars. So at one point in time with one of my previous partners, I did express that, and I don't condone this in any way, but it was the truth of how I felt in the moment. And I said, sometimes I wish you would just go ahead and hit me, because it would hurt less than your words. Because at least with a bruise or a bump, I can put ice on it, I can bandage it, I can wrap it up. But of course, none of it was better. None of it was, excuse me with my voice. None of it was better. But it was just at that moment I realized, how detrimental that non-physical abuse can actually be, because it takes a toll on you. It wears on you. It wears on your self-esteem. If you hear it enough times, it becomes your program to where you believe it. And of course, I've spoken before about how our subconscious is programmed, and how we learn things, and how we go into autopilot. And again, being in a emotional, mentally, financial abuse, I've been financially abused, and again, it all takes an emotional toll, and it wears on you, and it makes you question yourself, and it makes you doubt yourself, and it makes you question everything, and you don't trust yourself. And that's a terrible thing, to not trust yourself, much less trust not trust anyone else. So it was the verbal that prompted the blocking, because in communication, when there is a disagreement, it should not dissolve into personal attacks. First of all, be emotionally healed enough that you're responding and not reacting. If you're not to that point, walk away, write it down, calm down, and then come back. to the conversation. But you are not to allow anyone to verbally assault you. That is just as bad as physical abuse. And as I stated earlier, many times worse. So when a disagreement is no longer, or maybe never was, about the actual problem at hand, and it turns into an assault on your person, and it turns into belittling, and it turns into an attack on who you are, then absolutely step away, walk away. Communication does not hurt. Someone who loves you will not hurt you. A masculine, whole healed man who is in his true place as a man is going to be in his essence, and in a man's essence it is going to be to protect and provide and protect physically, protect emotionally, protect mentally, provide a safe space, provide safety, provide security, provide reassurance, provide support. So to protect and provide. And if he's doing anything other than protecting and providing, if he's verbally assaulting you, that means he's not healed, and that's definitely not where you want to be if you are attempting to heal, or if you have healed. We do not go backwards in this journey. We do not go backwards. So I did want to address the reason why he was invited to the block party, and there are quite a few attendees there. However, I do not, my peace, and my mental stability, and my healing, and my wholeness, it cannot be fractured. It cannot be fractured. But at the same time, that does not mean I'm going to sit and entertain anybody's insecurities. If you're willing to talk and address things in a proper manner, yes. Otherwise, no, sweetheart. No, this is what we're not going to do. We're not going to entertain. We are not going to allow it because it's not physical abuse. We're not going to allow it because, he's that's just how he is. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, sir. This can go for the men as well. No, sir. No. Mature, whole, healed adults can have conversations that end in disagreement. And even in that disagreement, we can agree to disagree and be civil. So, again, as I always say in closing my videos, self-love, true self-love, and emotional healing are very, very necessary